Hey, welcome to Odd Musings episode
Hey,
number 274.
that's right. Can you believe it?
Yes, I know, man. We are live and
What
impersonal.
what I really can't believe it's already been a week since the last show.
I
We're,
know,
we're in
man.
mid-September now. It's
Gosh,
what happened?
I know it's flying. I've been working a lot with Kevin and I are heading out tomorrow night to Vegas for the amazing Las Vegas show. So if you're going to be
Yes.
in the Vegas area or reasonable driving distance, come out and see us. We will have all things Bardstone, as well as I'll have some Boomtown Press stuff, cool artwork, and we got some special prints designed around the Bardstone stuff that's available at the show. It's limited quantities on those, will only be available at the show. If we have any left afterwards, we may have them with us in Cincinnati, but if they're like the last time, they'll sell out. So.
Yeah, and there's the website for the amazing Las Vegas Comic-Con.
Yeah.
So if you're going to be there, go find them. 3 days. That'll be great. Always a great show. Enjoy that one a lot. A little bit later on, I'll pull up the website for Monroe PopCon. Is that what they're calling it? Pop Expo?
Pop Expo. Yes, that's right. Because
Monroe Pop Expo.
That's the thing, because Scott's going to be down there with all things Barcelona. So everybody here in Michigan, go see Scott.
Yeah, Monroe, Michigan. I'll be there with our Bardstone books and enamel pins and all kinds of fun stuff.
Kevin and I had really hoped to do Monroe again this year. I hadn't done it in several years and I was looking forward to it, but it's funny. It's like all these shows get dropped on the same weekend, and Amazing Las Vegas. Now Scott was able to defer to next year, but we figured, no, we'll go out. Scott can do Monroe. So we call it a divide and conquer. So you can all come and get your comics and feel part of the conquering.
Yeah, so it'll be a good time. Like you, it's been a while since I've been. Oh, Monroe Pop Fest.
Yes,
is what it's called.
A lot of the shows had to change names because of the lawsuit that San Diego had with the Salt Lake City Comic-Con, which is now FanX Salt Lake City. And they got ruling that they are the Comic-Con. So even though some shows still use it, most chose to change their name just to avoid any cease and desist and issues legally with that. So
to avoid any imperial entanglements.
Pretty much, yeah. Now, Cincinnati Comic Expo, which we will be at next weekend, Kevin and I will be, was always Cincinnati Comic Expo. They never went with the Comic-Con name. And it's the 12th year, and I've been there all 12 years. It's a great, fun show, so come on out down in Cincinnati in that area there. We're looking forward to seeing everybody down there, too. So
yeah. Well, and hopefully this year we will have, hello, Dave Brown. Welcome aboard.
Hold on, brother. Dave should be at Monroe, I believe. So
great. So I'll see Dave there.
Yeah.
But yeah, this year, with COVID, all those shows getting canceled, and then 2021, most shows didn't happen. And so this year it was everybody, the second half of the year, rebooking. So we got this crammed in thing where all these overlapping shows happen. So hopefully next year we get more of a return to normalcy, less overlapping, and
there will never be normalcy. There is only Zool.
That's right. And Dave confirmed he will be at Monroe. So
yes. I thought I saw his name there. That's awesome.
I believe I'm table 701 and 601. I think it'll be at the end cap. We'll have 2 tables for Bardstone there.
Yeah,
and then we'll have to dig up the map that Kevin posted for your locations for Vegas. So
yes,
that later.
I'll start working on that a little bit here.
Yeah. In the meantime, I'll give our shout out to Team Titans. How's that?
Yes, you do that, and then I'll do Orangers.
All right. So, Team Titans of Real Estate. Why? Because you matter. That's right. Even though we utilize the latest in tools and technology to maximize your home buying experience, we never forget at the end of the day, this is still a people business, and we put your needs first. It's very easy to go cookie cutter approach on things. It's, it's technology, while it does wonderful things, it can also become a great crutch. And in the process, you kind of forget that your client has very specific needs that you'll want to custom tailor to maximize what they're getting in the buying or selling process. So that's what we do. We take the time to know you, and it's much more rewarding for Jill and I also, because we love helping people reach their real estate goals. We do have an exciting update regarding Team Titans. So first of all, give us a call. I got in the post here, I'm putting a comment. Give us a call, 586-232-5144, or visit our website, teamtitansrealestate.com. That's what you see on the screen there. But we also, because I'm kind of a real nerd when it comes to
Nerd.
nerds, when it comes to the admin side of things. So I'm very thorough on contracts, very organized, how I keep all of my files. And I'm now offering my services to other realtors also. So we created the Team Titans 911 service for realtors who want the back end support, where you guys do the deal, get the offer signed, and then turn it over to us, and we'll manage the deal from there. That frees you up, saves you time to do more prospecting, find more deals, and make more money.
Very cool.
So stay tuned for that exciting stuff. The website's up, the brochures are made, the business cards are on order, and starting Monday, we'll start offering that service to other realtors.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. I think it's a great thing you guys are doing. You and I talked about that last week, and you had said that you guys were doing that. So I think that's a really cool addition, especially as a kind of respect. I was talking with a friend last night. We went and saw a movie, and I'll talk about that later. We're both gig workers, so you got to have sometimes got multiple things going on in different capacities, and she's looking at something else along with the gig and a few things. It's like, yeah, I mean, depending on what your lifestyle is and what you're wanting to do, the 9 to 5 is not for everybody. So we all create different opportunities for ourselves. And that's a great thing for Team Titans 911. I think it's a great idea. Yeah. And I know Scott's really good at this stuff because people I know personally, and Scott knows, they bought houses through them, loved how Scott and Jill handled everything in terms of thorough as well as explaining everything. And that's really where anybody can do the initial stuff like, hey, here's the offer, write that up, send it in. It's all the after stuff, those minute details and explaining and understanding that really helps.
So we're looking forward to doing this and give a value added thing. But for us, what's great is it's still within the same industry. So I've got my broker's license, so I understand the process of real estate from beginning to end very thoroughly. But also I've got my notary. Jill and I both have our notaries. We handle closings, and we've gotten to learn the title side very well as well. So we have an in-depth knowledge of the closing process that a lot of realtors don't have. We've gotten to peek behind that curtain, so to speak. And there's so much more to it than just, if you watch HGTV, a lot of people get into real estate thinking they get their license and they show up. It's like, I just want to show houses. And they think it's like HGTV where you show 3 houses and then they pick one, you give a fancy name to each house and they pick one of the 3 and then everyone's happy. But that's not how real estate works at all. There's so much more. That's like 1% of it. The other 99% people are like, wait a minute, I have to do all that too. It's like, yes. So anyways, give us a call, 586-232-5144. Jill and I are waiting for you.
And then our other great sponsor is Loringer Family Chiropractic Center, PC, located in Belleville, Michigan and Dexter, Michigan. And they take great pride in providing the finest chiropractic care to each and every patient, offering on-site digital x-rays, massage therapy, orthotics by foot levelers, young living essential oils, aromatherapy, full-line vitamins, all in a family-oriented environment. Give them a call at their Belleville location, 734-697-4244. Visit them online at LoringerFamilyChiropractic.com. We have a link at Odd Musings for you guys to click through, as well as find them on Facebook at Loringer Family Chiropractic Center, PC. I was out in Dexter yesterday working, and Dr. Anna, it was my normal doctor that I see, was on vacation this week. So I saw Dr. Corinne, who I always highly recommend. And she's a former guest of the show. She was on a few years ago with us, talking chiropractic with them, and does a fantastic job.
She was fun to have on. We'll have to have her on again in the future sometime.
Yeah, it depends on her schedule. She just recently got married and busy with the practice and everything else. And so I saw her yesterday and updated her on how I've been doing with some issues. We mentioned before about I changed shoes, but noticed a big difference on certain issues I was having because I must have been the other shoes. And shoes change. It's the same brand I've been using for a few years, and something changed them that threw something off in my body and that. So if you're having pains, besides chiropractic, which really helps out. And it's not just like getting your back cracked, stuff like that. There's so many aspects to it. I highly recommend it. Professional athletes, there's a lot of them that use chiropractic care and things like that. You hear every once in a while. And they do get sometimes made fun of in certain medical communities. That shows a lack of understanding and knowledge. But I can tell you, as a personal level, it's helped me out immensely on how I feel better and how I get around. How do I deal with foot swelling? Well, one thing is the chiropractic care. That's part of it. There could be something that's out of alignment that's causing a kink. Basically, a basic kink or something. I would definitely find a good chiropractor to do X-rays to start, do adjustments. One thing that also helps out is finding. I've been using a good hemp-based, not marijuana-based, but hemp-based CBD oil that does help with some of the swelling, as well as, of course, just icing and heat too. Do heat first and then do icing afterwards, and that can sometimes help with different swellings and things like that. But I would recommend you go see a good chiropractor, Sam. If you're in Southeast Michigan, come down to Belleville or Dexter and ask to see Dr. Corinne. I know she's got some openings, and she is just fantastic. She does a really good job. And while all of them are really good, you can see any of the doctors there. And once you get in, you can see anybody, but you don't have to just start with one and stay with them. So it's up to you. But I would find a good chiropractor. It helps out.
Yeah.
And I've had swelling in my feet. All this stems, a lot of my issues stem from the car accident almost 16 years ago, and having bolts and that in my right hip throws off everything in my entire body, and everything shifts all the time. And they're really good about that, helping adjust that stuff and working and finding out what the problem is and trying to correct the problem. Sometimes you can't fully. There's some things that say, hey, this will never be fully corrected, but they can work with you to alleviate pain a lot better than just trying to do physical therapy, and definitely avoiding surgery as much as possible.
And in direct answer to his question, I pulled up an article about chiropractic care in the feet. And what a lot of people don't understand is there's 26 bones in each foot, and there's numerous nerves going throughout that foot, those feet, that send messages up through the spine to the brain to tell the brain what the feet are feeling.
Yep.
And so that process of chiropractic care, they take care of that spine. That's where all the nerves go through. And through those adjustments, those nerves will act better. So, it says here, additionally, the feet bear the impact of a person's entire body weight, striking pavement and flooring thousands of times per day. This can easily result in damage to the bones, nerves, muscles, tendons, and ligaments. Ill-fitting shoes, disease, and diabetes and other complications can produce foot problems as well. Yep. So it says, while foot pain is not always preventable, good news is chiropractic care can make it short-lived. So typical treatments consist of chiropractic manipulation, orthotic shoes, which Loringers offers, exercise, and other non-surgical options.
And diabetic neuropathy, yes, that can definitely cause problems in your feet and legs, and that's something we want to talk with medical professionals about. And chiropractic, the chiropractor has different ways to help deal with that too. And so definitely look at all your resources. We're not going to give any medical advice here, but definitely go talk to somebody in those fields, and they can work with you on that.
Even like your hip alignment, like your feet might be fine, but if your hips are out of alignment, that will throw your gait off, your stride, and you might be putting more weight or something on one foot than the other, which can throw off the proportions of the weight distribution. So there's all kinds of things. So even a simple hip alignment can help fix things. So it really comes down to what your issue is, which Loringers does they x-ray, they do a full pre-evaluation of you, so they can really figure out what the problem is versus just giving you some drugs to deal with the pain.
Yeah. And they would do all that prior to them even doing any manipulation. So they will work with you and decide that. And they have other aspects besides the normal chiropractic to work with. So definitely find a good chiropractor if you don't have one, if you're not in this area here. Talk to them about the different options available. And if you have any questions, you can always give Loringers a quick call.
So sure.
All right. So
we got a fun episode.
Yeah. Before we get into the D23 stuff today, I got a chance to go see Clerks 3 last night.
Oh, yes.
It was the first Fandango event, and I had bought, and I don't have it handy to show you guys, but I bought the shirt they wear. So I have the black shirt that says Quick Stop and that they wear in there. So I was geeked out in my Quick Stop cosplaying as like I work there. But if you're a fan of Kevin Smith, you're going to love this. If you're not a fan of Kevin Smith, you've never seen the movies, go watch the first couple movies because there's so much in this movie that they refer back to. I personally feel it's one of the best things he's done in years. I loved every aspect of it. I am not giving any reviews. I'm not giving any hints. Any spoilers.
You don't want to give away any spoilers.
I don't want to give away. I don't even want to say, oh, this isn't a spoiler. I think everything is a spoiler with it. And the reason is it was really good. So I know some friends that are going to go see it tonight because there's more Fandango events tonight. And then I will also be seeing it in October when Jay and Kevin show up at the Fillmore in Detroit live, and they're going to show the film and do a Q&A and talk afterwards. Definitely felt very personal to Kevin in some ways. You got it pulled out there.
This is
And
Fathom Events. So
yep,
they're going up through September 25th. So if you want to go see it, you can go there, and it's fathomevents.com, and
yep,
then look up Clerks 3 and you can buy tickets.
yeah. So definitely check that out. It was everybody acting wise did great. It was great to see a lot of the people from the first movie, even some of the kind of local people they used in the first one came back and revisited. So we saw some of that. And for when you go see the Fathom event, stay through the credits, of course. Kevin does a talk over the credits, and then afterwards was like almost a 15-minute uh, behind the scenes documentary they did talking about making it and why they did it and reasons and stuff like that. And that was really good. So I highly recommend it. Go see it. I've got a chance to meet Brian O'Halloran several times. He's a great guy in real life. I finally met Jeff last month, who plays Randall. So that's Dante and Randall. They signed the poster I got at San Diego, and then I met Trevor, who plays Elias from the second movie and to this one, and he signed it. All three were great. I've met Jason a few times. Always a great, solid guy. I've seen Kevin live many times. Haven't had a chance to actually talk to him face to face. I'd love to have a conversation with him someday, but.
Yeah.
And
I
then
love this quote. He says,
yeah.
Clerks 3 is universal because it's a movie about how much people hate working.
Well, and that's why I always resonate with a lot of us,
Yeah.
especially when it came out. I was in film school and working retail and stuff like that. And so you related to this. I mean, it's just how you feel. And a lot of the Clerks was his life, and that's what he's basing it on. So
there's a 1 minute, 54-second little mini trailer here. It looks like, or trailer, I should say, not mini.
yeah.
You want me to play it or not?
Sure. Take it up full
Okay.
screen.
All right. Let's.
Somebody get over. That's how we did it in the 90s, son.
Can't catch my breath, man.
Really? Should I try mouth stuff?
What is this, a Tinder date? Get off of me. Shit.
Mr. Dante! I need an ambulance at the quick stop.
You saved my life, man. Wish I had a life worth saving.
What are you talking about?
Sit around and watch the same movies over and over.
I always thought you could have made a cool movie.
You're right. I'm living on borrowed time. No more watching movies.
I'm gonna make a movie!
What's the movie going to be about?
It's about him working here.
Meta.
Everything in the script is something either me or someone I know said.
I'm not even supposed to be here today. Maybe Jay and Silent Bob could be characters.
Jay and Silent Bob are like C-3PO and R2-D2. They've been here since the first movie, which was the last time they were cool. But they've been with the franchise so long, they still give them cameos and put them on the lunch boxes.
Snifty bitches!
Please tell me why.
I believe in you. You put in that stuff you used to say about the Death Star contractors.
Get sued by Disney? No way.
Now that's what I call acting!
Take off your pants. What the hell is this?
They added a scene where you get shot.
I'm not letting you kill me off in the third act. What if there's a sequel?
A sequel? What am I, a hack?
I think it needs more weed.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I got to tell you, it was a blast all the way through. Enjoyed every minute of it. There was highs and lows.
Which is funny because they already did Jay and Silent Bob make a movie. Now they got the Clerks guy making a movie.
Well, and yeah, I mean, if you really, I mean, the trailer kind of shows a little bit there. It's Kevin's autobiography in some ways. Clerks was his autobiography. So, and I guess this is not really true. When they go through the credits, they dedicated it. And I'm forgetting the actress's name. She played Caitlin in the original movie. She passed away a few years ago, and unexpectedly at like 46, 47 years old. In that, so she's not in it, so that's not a spoiler. But they dedicated her, which I thought was great.
I noticed through the trailer the mandatory Ben Affleck cameo.
And I think Affleck will fully admit this. Affleck's career is as good as it is because he knew Kevin Smith, did Kevin Smith movies in the 90s, and Kevin helped him with script doctoring, Good Will Hunting.
That's my understanding of why he does a cameo in every single thing Kevin Smith does, is because he feels he owes Kevin Smith for his own success.
And it's a friendship thing more than
Oh,
anything
yeah.
now. But it's like
For
when he
sure.
did Jersey Girl. I mean, Kevin's never got big budget. He knows that. So he looked at Kevin and said, okay, I could do Jersey Girl, but you're going to have to wait. And he pushed it back like 6 months because he did Daredevil. He goes, I got to go make my nut, and then it will come and do this and not make anything.
Right. Yep. Yeah.
So
So
that's why he
that
pops
looked
in now.
fun.
So. It was
Uh,
great. If you get a chance to go see it, Scott, go see it in the theater. I think it's well worth it in the theater.
Yeah,
So
it's good stuff. I've always enjoyed Clerks, and we also it's amazing because it's like such a nothing movie, but it gives us, as far as like in its totality, but it's such a big pop culture movie, and like even like Rosario Dawson, we got Ahsoka Tano now, and she's from there, and
well, it's funny
you
is
know.
because since Kevin's tied into so much geek stuff, the witch that you saw, that's Amy Sedaris, who's in The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And
And there's always I love how like they're like, well, we should put the thing you said about the Death Star. No, Disney will sue us.
Yeah,
but they're always talking Star
But
Wars.
he's got Star Wars all through everything, all 3 Clerks, and as he said in Clerks 2, there's only return, and it is of the Jedi and not of the King, and that's how she signed my poster, which I thought was fantastic.
So if you haven't seen Clerks, though, there's a classic argument that I don't know the character's name well, but he talks about how the rebels are really the bad guys, and the Death Star. Yeah, and the Death Star was filled with contractors and union employees building it, and the rebels blew it up, and how many innocent plumbers died in the process. And it's funny because when you hear it, it's a joke, but you hear it,
I know.
Some good points.
So go see Clerks 3. It'll be and reason they made it. Kevin's talked about this a few different times. Is they sold so many Blu-rays through Lionsgate for the Jay and Silent Bob reboot that they said, "Hey, you got any more of that?" As he put it, any more of that crap? And they're like, "Yeah, I do." And so here's this, and of course I'll be buying that when it comes on Blu-ray, like I do them all. And
they were like Dave Chappelle in that meme where he's got the cocaine powder on his lip, and he's like, "Y'all got any more of that?
Y'all got any more of that View Universe? Hey.
Any more of that Clerk stuff?"
Yeah, so definitely go check it out. So I'm so glad I got to see it, and I'm looking forward to seeing it again next month live with them and everything else. So go from there. But yeah, we had.
I don't know how Jason Mewes pulls it off, though. He still looks like he's 18.
Well, if you notice, watch a little closely, he's got new teeth. So he's got his bridge fixed up a little bit. But yeah, I mean, everybody looks older, and especially when you look back.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mewes is probably the one that's held his age the best out of all of them.
Which is surprising because he probably had the hardest life out of all of them.
Oh yeah, he did the most drugs, everything else, but he has been sober, I think, now about 15 years almost. So.
Yes, because of Kevin Smith.
Kevin said we can't be friends unless you get sober. So he got sober, and then they started Jay and Silent Bob Get Old, and then kind of his thing after that was okay, we can do movies again, and so a lot of that came through because of the fact that he stayed sober and worked with Kevin. And Kevin is his best friend and would do anything for, and he would do anything for him because he knows Kevin saved his life. So
for sure.
And but hey, we got some fun new trailers and stuff we're going to share with you guys.
D23.
So Disney will probably sue us at some point, but hey, we're giving them free advertising, didn't charge them. So
they can sue us for every penny we make off of this broadcast.
I know. 0. Any ad money we get in goes to pay for us to run it on the StreamYard. That's for sure.
That's right.
So I got a page here. I'm going to start off and just start sharing this, and we can just scroll through a lot of this and catch a few things. We were quick on the Indiana Jones 5. They had a great panel. They did not share any video online of what they shared at the thing, so they did a really good job of not having any leaks.
The only thing I saw was a photo of him with he was the little Asian kid.
Kei Hu Kwan, who played Short Round. Now, Kei Hu is there because he's going to be in. What show? I think he's going to be on Echo.
Is he?
One of the series or something. He's going to be in. I have to look up that again. There's a lot of stuff we're going to forget on announcements.
There is so much that's coming out. It's amazing. I watched a video that put all the trailers together that they released.
Yes.
And so I got to watch a lot of them last night, but I don't even think they covered everything at that point because there's all the timeline stuff they've announced for Marvel and Star Wars, and there's just so much.
Yeah, it's gonna be Loki. That's what it is. It's Loki. He's gonna be in Loki. Kehu Kwan is, which of course everybody went nuts for because he was in Everything Everywhere All at Once, which was supposed to be a timeline type movie. So he's popping into that. They're not merging them. But I think it's cool. He's making a comeback as an actor, and I saw a great photo of him and Harrison Ford, and they had it's the first time they'd seen each other in years. So
so well, he left acting altogether for a long time.
Yeah, he was gone for a while, but I saw something with him recently, and his his agent or his lawyer is Chunk from Goonies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he's a real life entertainment lawyer.
Oh, I didn't know that.
After he quit acting, he went to law school and is now an entertainment lawyer and is a big
surprised
deal.
He hasn't sued the studio for his chubby what's it called, the dance he was doing.
Oh, the Truffle Shuffle.
Truffle Shuffle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Surprised he hasn't sued because
he could never sue because I saw something when he was in college. He would go on the sidelines and do the Truffle Shuffle.
Oh, he would.
Yes. So he embraces it. He doesn't feel it's a slide or anything. He's cool like that. But yeah, so Indiana Jones, just quick picture. There, everything that's come out in terms of reports says this looks fantastic.
All the people completely broke away from the Crystal Skull. Is my
it's I mean, Crystal Skull is still in canon, you could say. They're not, but they're
not acknowledging it, is my understanding.
Yes, I mean, this is just another adventure. Yeah. And I think it's going to be the final adventure. So we're not going to see
the final.
Yeah, we're not going to see Mutt or anything like that. So Shia LaBeouf, as far as I know, is not involved, which is fine. I mean, I didn't care for him anyways. And the Crystal, I didn't care. The Crystal Skull stuff, I was fine because it's based on real stuff. It was the character Mutt that they created, and it's nothing against Shia LaBeouf. It was the character was ridiculous, but I liked that they brought Marion back and everything else. So, but yeah, so we got Indiana Jones. So the next thing, this Werewolf by Night, this came out of nowhere for me. Have you seen the trailer for this one?
I did. I didn't like it.
I liked it. It's like a 1950s horror movie.
It's fine as a standalone,
and that's all it's going to be
film, but as part of a Marvel, I don't think it. My understanding is the Werewolf by Night can tie into Morbius and all those others too, Blade. So I don't know. Like everyone keeps talking about they might do Midnight Suns down the road, in which case Werewolf by Night would be part of it.
Well, but this character was not part of the Sony deal, so Sony didn't have it, so they have it. So that's why it's part of this here. But they
can tie in with Blade.
Yeah, they're also tying in with Elsa Bloodstone and Man Thing. So they've got their own, monster area they can do. And I could see them tying into Sony if they wanted to. Let me run that trailer. This is not very long. I liked it because I felt like they're trying to do an old movie.
Yeah, so. I wouldn't pay to see this one.
I would. And it's a Halloween special.
This Halloween, you can't escape the shock, the terror of Werewolf by Night.
Tonight, it is every hunter for themselves.
Good luck. I'll be rotting for you.
I love how it's an obvious animatronic.
Is a monster masquerading.
Yeah, it feels like a B level horror movie.
I can't wait to find out what breed of evil you are.
This main actress, not her. Is it the girl from Walking Dead?
You wanna see this, darling?
Please don't do this. Death is coming for you!
Isn't that the Time Variance Authority there fighting? That's the girl I think is Walking Dead.
Yeah, that's time. That looked like Time Variance.
Yeah. So now they're linking it to the TVA somehow.
Yeah, they're going to be tying it into, I'm sure, something else with that. And it's a one-shot show. It's a special one
Yeah.
thing. It's not going to be a full movie. It's just going to be a special event for Halloween, which I think is a
so
great
it's
way to
not
deal
a-
with that. So
I thought that was going to be a movie. No.
no.
Oh, okay. Well, if it's a one-shot show, I can handle it. I
No,
wouldn't want to watch that style for 2 hours on a big screen.
No. To me, I'd go see it once, but it's one of those things where it's a one shot. It's kind of a special. It's like their Halloween thing
Yeah.
you're going to do. How they're doing the which they didn't show anymore. So I know Guardians of the Galaxy will have their Christmas special this year.
Mhm.
So I think you're trying to do these little specials and like take a werewolf by night. I mean, it's like, do you really want to do a movie or a series on werewolves? Probably not. They don't want to spend that kind of money the whole time. But introducing this horror genre that could build something up, and then like I said, if they're introducing all these other horror characters from the Marvel comics, they can create their own sub thing they can do later down the road.
With Blade, they've got to create a sub universe there if they're going to do Blade movies. So they got the vampires and now werewolves.
Yeah,
who knows what else they can introduce? So.
Yeah, and if they're going to go that route with Ghost Rider, things like that, I think it's a great little way to do this. And then, of course, if you're seeing the time variance guys, they can tie in some of that may pop into Loki down the road and say, hey, that was just another universe that they're out there jumping around in.
Yeah. Now, this next one I am excited for.
Yeah, this one, Secret Invasion.
Which is interesting that we brought this up last week. So based on this, I'm assuming we're completely wrong that the Hulk is going to run into Nick Fury out in space. But there's still the Guardians of the Galaxy.
I think it's going to be Guardians. That's always been my thing. I always think it's going to be Guardians that he pops into out in space, or they're going to try to tie him into the Eternals 2 down the road, just because they
desperately need somebody to get viewership up for them.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and run this one. This looks great. This looks like a lot of fun, and this is a series too, going to be on Disney Plus.
We got Emilia Clarke making an appearance in it.
For years, you've been avoiding Earth. But I have called for your help plenty of other times, and you've been pretty content to let those calls go straight to voicemail.
Yeah, we could call this Nick Fury Lumberjack. This is different.
See, I was thinking more like Nick Fury Merchant Marine.
How much do you know about your security detail?
There you go.
What do you mean, how much do I know about him?
Fury, we gotta be very careful now.
You're in no shape for this fight that lies before us.
This is just the beginning.
This is my war alone. And I'm the last person standing between them and what they really want.
And what is that?
So this is going to be a series on Disney Plus, but they also announced the end of Phase 6 will be 2 Avenger movies, the Kang Dynasty and then Secret Wars, right?
Secret Wars, yes.
Yeah, those are the 2.
Secret Wars was, if it's based on the original comic, was different than Invasion. Secret Invasion came about in the comics, I think it was about 15 years ago. And then it was revealed that a lot of stuff that you thought you knew for years was actually Skrulls.
Right.
So it could go back to that. But yeah, Secret Wars will be something a little different on that. But this is showing that a lot of stuff that happened in the last few movies, I think a lot of stuff you may not have liked, they're going to say, oh, no, that was a Skrull. And here's the real person. And we come to learn
They'll
that
be able to fix a lot.
The Nick Fury we thought we saw in a couple of these was not the real Nick Fury. He's a Skrull, so he's been off world, and there's a mix of that too. So, and the Skrulls, they're taking it back around. The Skrulls came in like they were made the good guys because of the Kree Skrull war that supposedly was happening. and now they're here, and it's like, oh no, they've been made to be the good guys, and that's all going to be shown most likely as a ploy, saying, oh no, they were invading too, just in a different way since they can shapeshift. And then we'll see some more of that. So,
and we were introduced to them really through the Captain Marvel movie with Brie Larson.
Yeah,
and they did announce, we'll get to it at some point. They I don't think they showed a trailer though for the Marvels movie with all the different Captain Marvels.
No, they brought some of the cast out. They may have showed a couple quick snippets that never made it to the internet.
Someone asked Brie Larson about her future as Captain Marvel. Will she be back for more movies? And did you hear her response?
I did not.
Her answer was, well, does anyone even want to see me as Captain Marvel moving forward? I was like, you are correct.
Yeah. Well, no. if she wasn't so flat in her acting on that, it felt like she didn't care.
She's not a good actress.
And then the when she was doing the press for it, and you could see it on the faces of the other Marvel people for Avengers, she was just downright rude and everything else, and she was making these crazy demands.
How do you not get along with Chris Hemsworth and Chris Evans?
Yeah. Well, the problem was, and then she basically it said this: she didn't want any white males interviewing her, and she didn't care to be around white males.
Right. She brought a whole agenda with her, and it just
and that's where, and you can go research that yourselves to find it. I'm not going to share any links to it, and you can say I'm lying about it, but we all saw it. I watched all that stuff. So, but speaking of other stuff, and I don't have a trailer for this one. Is they have the Captain America: New World Order was talked about.
Yeah, now everyone's making a big deal about this guy. I don't remember who was he in the other movies. Everyone's talking about how this guy's back.
I'm trying to think who he was.
Last scene in the Incredible Hulk, it says.
Yeah.
Oh, this was the
he's
end
the
credit scene.
Yeah,
no, this is the end credit scene.
Yes.
In Hulk when he opened up the pop and took a drink.
Yes.
Because it had dripped into the pop, and then that's why everyone's talking about him.
Yeah, he's the leader. And then, of course,
open head wound mutates.
Yeah, we know Abomination is back. They've already brought him back. So nothing seen on that because they haven't started filming that yet. But they brought everybody out to talk to them, and that's.
I am excited for this movie. I do love Sam Wilson as picking up the mantle of Captain America.
Yes.
I thought they handled him brilliantly with the transition on through. That was the Falcon and Winter Soldier series.
Yes.
I felt like they handled him properly where he's representing, for lack of a better word, Black culture maybe, but doing it in a way where it feels right. It doesn't feel like he's got a chip on his shoulder. He's Captain America while still holding true to those values. Right. And he's still representing America as a whole. I love the way they took that whole storyline, and I'm looking forward to seeing how he develops, but I feel like he has earned the Captain America mantle, and I really can't wait to see. As
an actor, I feel he portrays it properly. The character itself, they wrote in such a way that it's the proper transition, and I like the fact that you had Chris Evans as an actor handing it off, as well as his character handing it off, and they did it well. And I loved the Falcon Winter Soldier. I thought it was brilliant, fun, and it showed him going through the challenges of. What do I do? And then taking up the mantle at the end there and becoming the new Captain America. And it wasn't like, and I like how they held it. It wasn't like, hey, I'm going to be Black Captain America, and this was White Captain. It's just Captain America. The color of the skin doesn't matter. It's how the person is, their virtue, their fortitude, and their moral background on the stuff.
Yeah.
So,
and he's got the demeanor of Steve Rogers, which they highlighted really well against. The Patriot is who he's going to be, I guess.
About U.S. Agent?
U.S. Agent, that's it.
Yep. Which actually, I'm going to do a quick segue because that leads me into the Thunderbolts, which brings him back. Yes, and this one, actually, when I heard about Thunderbolts, I was like, okay, we're going to do. I like what they're doing here. They're taking all these guys and bringing them together from a couple of these movies. So we've got Hopper's back.
I'll
always call him Hopper. I mean, I know he's Red Guardian in this. They brought Julie Louis-Dreyfus's character Val back, with her. Princess, whatever she is. They've got supposedly,
Ghost,
the Ghost is there. Bucky Barnes, U.S. Agent, and Taskmaster. And my understanding from what they said in this, Taskmaster is not the same Taskmaster.
I read or is it? I read the same actress is coming back.
Okay, so there's been some different things on that. So maybe someone's hoping they wouldn't be.
Yeah.
The image here looks really cool, though. I like this image.
Yeah.
I know it's a painted image. So
as far as all the characters involved go, Taskmaster, I did not like the way they handled that character in the Black Widow movies.
Yeah.
But it's fine. It's not going to make it or break it for me. It's not an important enough character for me to care. Yeah. The other character, same, just like that Ghost one from Ant-Man and Wasp. To me, that was a subpar character. It's fine, whatever. But the rest of the cast, I absolutely love. You know, we got Yelena, or
Yelena Belova.
Yeah,
so
Black Widow's sister.
She's the new Black Widow.
Yeah, we got Winter Soldier back, which I love the way he's been portraying Winter Soldier. But now he's actually healed mentally in the sense that he went to therapy in the Falcon and Winter Soldier series. So we should really see him as a pure good guy now.
Yeah, and that's what this team looks like. It's more of they're kind of a fringe, so they're going to be almost a neutral-ish type group, but they
don't follow the rules,
right? And so this is they're trying. I mean, we always do like U.S. Agent. He didn't do things necessarily right during the Falcon Winter Soldier, but he always had a good intention behind it.
Right.
So now it's bringing around there, and the fact that we get the Red Guardian back with.
He's so perfect.
David Harbour. So
he's so perfect. I want to hear him telling stories of how he fought Captain America. That was so funny.
It would be great because U.S. Agent did fight Captain America.
But also the dynamics between him and his daughter Yelena. I think it'll add some good tension to the group. But this is what DC should have done. This is Marvel's version of Suicide Squad. But we got introduced to all of these characters through other properties first.
Yes.
Whereas Suicide Squad, they just jumped straight into the group aspect. No one knew who anyone was in that universe. And they ruined their own movie by doing it that way. Had they had patience like Marvel did, I think this will be far more successful because we already know these characters now.
Yeah, and you look at a lot of it coming from the Black Widow, but they had spun off, did a couple other things with them. I mean, Yelena was in Hawkeye.
Yep. So she's been in 2 things now.
Yeah. So we've seen her character evolve. You know, we know that the Winter Soldier's evolve. The Red Guardian, I mean, there's nothing for him to evolve. He's just a big brute of a guy who's actually gotten in better shape because of the new Stranger Things season.
I mean, from that picture, it looks like they're probably putting a fat suit on him.
Well, he's a big guy anyways.
Yeah, so. But in Stranger Things, he got ripped, for him. He lost, I think he said 60 pounds he lost because he wanted to look like he was in a Russian prison camp.
Yeah, he did a great job with getting himself in the shape they needed.
Now we got Elaine from Seinfeld joining the group, so that'll be fun.
And I liked her popping up in Black Widow and a couple of she's popped around a little bit.
She's been in like 3 or 4 things, I think, now. Just popping in as a little side project. She popped into I keep on saying Black Falcon. I love the line in there where the kid, because when you had mentioned about the not being a Black Captain America, just Captain America, the line popped in where the kid goes, "Look, it's the Black Falcon." He's like, "Why do you say that? Is there another Falcon? There's only one Falcon."
Yep.
So anyways, I think she popped into there and some other things.
Yeah, Falcon, Winter Soldier, Black Widow. She was in both of those. So that's the 2 that she did. And in this though, we do get the older man that kind of that doesn't want anything to do with America, that was given the super serum.
Yes,
in Falcon, Winter Soldier. So he's in this as well.
That was another powerful storyline they had in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
He's gonna be in the new Captain America, and I'm sure tying in through some. I forget
what his superhero name was because he was in the old comics. I can't remember what his name was though. But another aspect that pops into mind here is there is another Russian involved here in a way, is Winter Soldier. He worked for the Russians, so it is possible the Red Guardian knows of the past Winter Soldier and knew him when he was a bad guy.
Right. And I'm sure he did. I would say that's going to be an aspect that will come out. Cause it was someone that, he definitely, had been around for 80 years. If Guardian didn't know who he was, then he didn't know anything. So,
yeah.
So I was trying to see.
I'm looking forward to this one. I think it'll be fun. I think this will be the classic Marvel where it's a good blend of great choreographed fights, combined with fun humor, but not ridiculous humor like Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah, and then of course there's Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. They talked about that. Didn't really reveal too much on that. They brought them out and they talked a little bit about it.
This is supposed to really bring Kang into the mix, isn't it?
Yes, Kang was brought out too, and that's what is going to next. They introduced him. So Kang the Conqueror is going to be the main bad guy for this. So of course, this is going to probably tie in. I'm speculating here. Loki season 2 is going to have a little bit more that will tie into Quantumania. So
yeah, and Scott Lang still looks the same.
Yeah, he's a vampire.
he never ages.
So Paul Rudd and all that, and they come out and they were all excited for doing this one too. So I'm really excited to see that. So definitely more on that one as they get more trailers on that. And of course, they did a director is confirmed for Fantastic Four. Still no other real cast confirmations. But the guy that directed the WandaVision show is gonna be directing this now because John Watts was the original director and he's left to do something else. So Matt Shackman has taken over the helm for that, and that's still 2 years away. So we won't see more of that till next year.
Yeah,
and then of course they talked about Loki season 2, brought out the cast for that, and that's where Ke-Huy Quan is joining. So he'll be part of this next season, which hopefully will be fun. I like him as an actor, even though I wasn't crazy about the Everything Everywhere All at Once. I know people love that. I thought he was good. He shows that as he's matured. He's good as a kid actor, but he's matured and he's a good adult actor. Mm-hmm. And I think he'll do just fine on that.
I'm definitely looking forward to this Loki season 2. And I'm hoping with this next phase with Kang coming into the mix through Quantumania, I hope that means we're going to get Loki popping up in movies again too, because he's really is the perfect chaotic neutral character where he's at the end of the day, he's looking for, out for himself, but he always leans towards being a good guy, but he has no problem being a bad guy too. So
Loki's always had his own agenda.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's not really good or bad. He's always, in D&D terms, he's like a neutral chaotic. Yeah, and he wants his own thing, and he doesn't care if he has to go after good guys or bad guys to get it.
And a reminder, this isn't the same Loki we know through the series. This is Loki leaves from the first Avenger movie, time jumps, and he's been traveling around doing his own adventures, and he knows of what the alternate version of himself, the one we knew through the movies, what choices he made. It cost his mother's life and all this stuff. So he's kind of become a different person in a way through those experiences. So it'll be interesting to see how they develop him further. Will he go back to his old ways? Will they keep him more a good guy? We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, looking forward to that one. And then Disenchanted. Did you ever see the first movie, Enchanted?
I saw parts of it way back when.
Yeah. It was a fun movie. It was a live action Disney princess movie.
Yeah.
So like here, let's run this one here. I like the direction going with this, and I like Amy Adams. She's always fun.
I know that change can be scary, but it can also be exciting.
If I learned anything from meeting Princess on a Billboard, is that sometimes you just have to take a leap.
Let's start our new life. Pretty soon, this whole place will feel like home, you'll see. It's all part of the adventure.
That's not an adventure, that's a landfill.
A land filled with adventure.
Robert! Congratulations!
Oh, it's what they call a fixer-upper.
Yes, once your peasants have dug out the moat and added a turret and a balcony from which you can sing. I see it now.
Oh.
Okay. Melvina, Monroe, I would have sold you this house, but I deal in slightly more upscale homes.
In Andalasia, the hardest part of life is finding your happily ever after. This world's very different.
If this world is not to your liking, then you must change it.
I wish. I wish.
Jumping jelly stick. Wait, how am I talking?
I wish. I wish for a fairy tale life, and it's all gone terribly wrong.
Or terribly right.
the last stroke of 12. Nothing will be as it was before.
Stepmother!
Oh, Giselle, what have you done?
That's wicked. Wicked good.
That looks fun.
Yeah, I like the first one. It was fun. They mixed some 2D animation in
Mhm.
the original one for the beginning and some of the end stuff. So you can see that's a little bit in this too. And they have a different evil queen with Maya Rudolph. So it should be fun. If you like the first one, I think people are gonna like the second one from what I'm seeing on that there. So
Good family movie.
yeah, and it looks like they're definitely putting a lot into it. Now the next one here is Little Mermaid, and I'm not crazy about any of the animated remakes to live action.
Mhm.
So the teaser trailer is just her singing a little bit. I'm not even gonna play it because I'll be honest with you, I don't care who the person is playing Little Mermaid. I didn't care for the fact that just sing the songs as they originally were. I like that. I hate when they have to add new inflections into the songs and try to
Mhm.
jazz them up. If you're gonna do a remake of the original, just do it as a live action. That's fine. It'll be out in theaters next year.
Yeah.
Eric, on my who I've known for years, who was African American, did comment that, and I'm gonna Eric, if you're listening to this on point, I'm gonna paraphrase your comment because I don't remember exactly what he told people. He's gonna give a true review of it, and it doesn't matter the color of Ariel. That's never a point on that for any of this, and that's the same thing how I feel. The color just gets a lot of times they take this stuff and they try to change it up so much or modernize it in the sounds and things like that. And a lot of times you don't have to change it, keeping it the way it is. It's like taking a stage play and, we're going to change it up now. That can ruin it. So we'll see.
Yeah.
So again,
my thing is like the Little Mermaid. They have like this little universe there. They could grow it and create new characters too. And like, does it have to be the same exact story over and over again?
what this is for Disney, and I've seen this written up for the last
Copyright.
several years. It's all copyright.
Yeah.
They changed the trademark copyright laws to extend them. So when they redo it like this and they're retelling the same story, they just added another 75 years from now.
Correct.
So they can control that character.
Right.
They can only do so much with certain things. It's like, Winnie the Pooh is now in the public domain based on the books, not the Disney, but based on some of the books, but not all the books yet. So like the Tinker character is still under copyright protection. So, but you could actually start doing Winnie the Pooh books, your own stories and stuff like that.
Well, like didn't somebody recently do a horror version of Winnie the Pooh?
That's why they're able to do that horror Winnie the Pooh that's supposed to come out that looks horrible. But things like that. So that's why Disney's doing all these live action stuff.
Yeah.
And then like the Lion King live action did well. I personally care to see it because I was like, I love the original so much. I was like, I don't care to see the remake, which is the same thing. And now they're doing a prequel called Mufasa, which I'm sure we'll see here in just a minute. But this is the next one I'm real excited about.
This looks good.
So let's watch this.
This is the one that you saved?
I like how this acts as a little recap
are
also
its
of what's
father.
happened so far.
Yes.
A clan of 2. But you have removed your helmet. Then you are a Mandalorian no more.
Your cult fractured our people. Where were you then?
I love this scene.
Yeah, this is great.
Awesome.
Did you think your dad was the only Mandalorian?
Bubba Freak.
All right, kid. Hang on. You ready for an adventure?
Yeah, that's looking good.
Yes.
Little geek note: the astromech droid he has on there is the R5, that unit that Uncle Ben buys in the original Star Wars, and he blows his motivator, and then they pick R2 instead.
Right.
So that's the actual R5D4 astromech droid.
Yes, that's pretty cool tie-in on that.
I love the tie-in with the Mandalorians. The scenes of them doing that drop ship where they're dropping out of the bottom of the ship and then turning on their jetpacks. I'm like, oh, that gave me goosebumps.
I love it. It's gonna be good, and it sounds like we're getting a little bit of what we see. This is gonna be basically we're seeing Mandalore, so we're gonna get more of that. They're gonna get into the whole thing of the cult versus what's really Mandalore. So we'll see a mix of that, and I assume we're gonna have a battle at some point for the dark sword, because that's gonna be.
It's definitely going to be a point of contention.
Yes,
because he's willing to give it up to her, but she's like, no, I can't take it. I have to defeat you by bloody combat.
Pretty much, yeah. So they'll figure that out. It's gonna be interesting to see what's going on, and definitely from the Book of Boba Fett, we saw some things in there that tied into this, which is a great way to do some prologue stuff versus epilogue and things like that, and have it tie in that series. So we went through there. So I'm excited for it. I can't wait. I love the Mandalorian series, and that's gonna be a fun one. Then we got the this comes out here in a couple weeks. Is Hocus Pocus 2. So they're back. The witches are back on that. The trailer's been out for a little while. So do you want to run it?
That's up to you. You guys,
Yeah.
you guys love Hocus Pocus, so you can play. But I have to say though, Sarah Jessica Parker is turning into Dee Snider. She could do Twisted Sister videos based on her outfit.
Yeah. So we'll skip this one because it's been out for a while, and
it looks fun.
It looks fun. I like the original one. It should be a fun look. And I'm glad they're doing it as a Disney Plus. So, and then they did announce Inside Out 2, which I did not heard they're doing anything on. So I like the first one. This will be interesting to see how they continue on, and it's supposed to have new emotions as well as things they're dealing with the main character Riley as a teenager.
Okay.
But what was real exciting for me was this one.
This trailer looked really good. I have to say, for the original Willow, I like it, but I'm not like a mega Willow fan. I always thought it was okay.
Yeah, it was always just okay. This one looks like it's taken all those things we saw in the original movie, and they're making it better. They're adding to the story, the lore of the land, and of course, this is now 30 years later.
And Warwick Davis as an actor, I think having him older now, I don't know. There's something about him. I feel like he has a better presence here.
Yes.
But overall, I was hoping to see a glimpse of Val Kilmer. I'm hoping they get a cameo of him.
I have
his role.
I have a feeling, this is my speculation on this because he's not mentioned at all, but Joanne Whalley, who was originally married to Val at one time, had met through this. She's in this through the whole series. And she played the girlfriend to Matt, or the woman warrior. So she's tied into this. I have a feeling, the Mad Martin here is gonna be dead, but they'll do like an homage to him. Maybe they'll do like a deep fake, having someone portray him physically, and then him, redoing that like they did with a little bit like what they did Top Gun, but making it younger.
I think Val Kilmer didn't realize the love for him, and doing Maverick, I think he was surprised by the outpouring from his appearance. I think he was expecting people to be glad to see him, but I think it was way more than he was expecting.
Yes.
And so it'd be nice for him to do that again and get, just once again, see how much people appreciate seeing him out there. It doesn't matter that he's got the issues he has health-wise. People are willing to see him. He just has to take on different roles now.
I think since his health challenges and then appearing at Comic-Cons, I think he realized the outpouring of fandom and how much and that's really brought on, because if you watch the documentary he made using his footage, that's when he really realized how much the fans appreciated him, and he appreciated that. Right. And he was more than just a guy that was in movies. So but he's not listed in the credits at all. Doesn't mean he won't pop up, and then because something they may not be releasing on any of that. Someone that is in it is Erin Kellyman. She's in this one, another Disney production, Infus Nest herself.
Oh yes, that's right.
She's popping in everything somewhere. So she's done now Marvel. She's going to this fantasy side. She's in Star Wars. So she's got a mega contract with Disney.
Yeah, they're really grabbing onto her. But yeah, honestly, I absolutely loved her as Enfys Nest in the Solo movie, and I like with all this stuff they're doing with like the Andor series or whatever. They got to bring Enfys Nest back. Such a great character that they could do a whole series of Enfys Nest.
Yes.
You know, they don't even have to focus on Solo. That'd be perfect for Crimson Dawn. Have Enfys Nest fighting her.
Yeah, and that's what and there's no listing under her credits right now of what she's got going on, but besides Pat Willow. But hey, let's run this trailer real quick because I thought the trailer was just brilliant.
You think you know what is real and what isn't. What is light? What is dark? Now, forget all you know. Come with me. Willow.
We're looking for the sorcerer Willow. I was told that once long ago you defeated the forces of evil.
You remind me of your mother.
My dear friend, I thought I could prevent all this. I was wrong.
My brother was abducted. The world needs you again. It needs your magic.
Follow me. We must go beyond the edge of our world, into the unknown.
Willow!
I need your help.
Just like old times. What? Running. Horses. Mayhem. Mayhem. Happy to see it.
Our true enemy is still out there, rallying the forces of evil. And the only thing standing in its path is us.
I'm going to enjoy this.
If you're thinking what I'm thinking, so am I.
I doubt that very much. Take him to my tent and make sure he's tied up.
I don't know. See, that kind of sounds like we're on the same page.
When I was a kid, I used to play at being a sorcerer, visiting strange worlds, fighting monsters. Run! Never thought I'd actually really do it.
What the hell is that?
Trolls. I'm so miffed.
You have to hurry.
How will you defeat us? Same as last time. With my friends.
I'm actually looking forward to this. When they first announced it, I wasn't that crazy about it. Like I said, Willow has always just been mediocre to me. I know
I've watched the movie a couple times over the years, and I'll watch it once in a great if I really get to hang for it. It definitely feels very dated. From the 80s.
But this feels good.
Oh, this is good. I like the fact that they're doing a series, so it's gonna have more depth and story. They're bringing a lot of people. Kevin Pollak back as a brownie.
The bearded warrior here.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's kind of the Val Kilmer character because he was kind of funny, sarcastic, but an amazing fighter, and that's how Val Kilmer's character was.
Right? Yeah, he's that's I believe Charlie Ross. If that's him, maybe it's not him. Because they showed him a lot. I'm not sure which one he is.
Yeah, I'm not sure who the actor is, but
it could be Amar Shada Patel. That looks like him.
Sounds like the name he would have.
Yeah.
but looking forward to this.
Yeah, it's I love the way it looks. They definitely put some money into it. I'm glad they're not cheaping out on it. So that looks great.
This next one,
Tales of the Jedi.
I did not realize this was coming. I knew the Tales of the Jedi was coming out, which was a really popular short story book that came out in the expanded universe. But this is going with the old school Clone Wars animation style, and really tying heavily into the Clone Wars series.
Yeah, and this gives Dooku before the movies when he's younger. So let's watch this.
Yeah, they're correlating Dooku's upbringing with Ahsoka's.
Yeah, but you must face death. Honor it. Do not fear it.
Jedi. Ahsoka is Jedi.
The best way I can protect you is to teach you how to protect yourself.
Master Dooku.
I want to bring peace and order to the galaxy.
Kind of Severus Snape there.
Yeah.
Master,
stop!
It is the only way you will truly have victory, my Padawan.
Young Qui-Gon.
Again. Again.
Dooku, stand down.
I'm tired of fighting.
I've been warning them about the coming darkness.
Let's hope all that training pays off.
This new bad guy looks interesting too.
Yep. My understanding is that's Yaddle.
And who might you
Yeah.
be?
But I don't know who that is. The masked character. So I'm really excited for who that masked villain is. But yeah, we're gonna get Yaddle in combat.
Yep.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, this looks great. Real excited about that.
Yeah.
And
This
then
looks amazing.
Yeah, we gotta watch this one. Andor's
This is
gonna be
coming out
fantastic.
soon.
Yeah, it starts in a couple weeks. We get 2 or 3 episodes dropping
Spies.
actually.
Saboteurs. Assassins. We've all done terrible things on behalf of the rebellion.
Cassian Andor. Don't matter what you tell me or tell yourself. You'll ultimately die fighting these bastards. Wouldn't you rather give it all at once to something real?
We've chosen a side. We're fighting against the dark.
There is an organized rebel effort.
I know Ellen
Drill down
DeGeneres
and
was
get
in
a
it.
hunt started.
You realize what you set in motion? People will suffer.
Time has come to force their hand.
At what cost?
Everything! Every day we wait, they get stronger.
Let's take them by surprise.
For the greater good.
Call it what you will.
Let's call it war.
People are standing up. They're afraid. Right now, they're afraid.
Star Wars Andor, 3-episode premiere, streaming September 21st.
That's just a week away.
Yeah, so next week, Wednesday, we're only talking to Andor. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
We will not give you spoilers, but I can tell you this. We're going to get on going, oh my God. Or we're going to get on going, oh, that sucked. But
Yeah,
either
I
way,
think we're gonna love it. It's the same creators who did Rogue One.
Yep.
So I think they'll keep that feel. I have a feeling we're gonna get introduced to Cassian Andor's meeting and relationship with K2 SO.
K2SO, yeah.
K2SO. I think we'll be introduced there. It looks phenomenal. If you go on Disney Plus, they do have a special Disney Plus Day thing that's a little longer than the trailer, and they actually have one full scene in there for a couple minutes, which when you watch it, it's really
fantastic,
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's 12 episodes for this first season. Supposedly there's 12 for the second, and they're saying that it's only a 2-season show, and the end of the second season will tie directly into Rogue One.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So there's a lot of good stuff they can introduce in this series for this time frame. That with Disney, what they seem to be doing with Star Wars is there's probably going to be some character introduced or shown in here that will either tie into one of the other series or be an offshoot into a new series following a new character. So I'm looking forward to seeing where that goes, but I'm very excited for Andor. I love what is the name of the actor who plays Cassian Andor? I'm blanking on his name, but he does a perfect job as Cassian Andor.
Yeah, let me look up real quick. See, I mean, he was great in Rogue One.
Yeah.
Not really seen him in it. I'm sure. I'm thinking he's done some other stuff. So
He has. He was in
Diego Luna.
Yeah.
plays Cassian Andor. And he's done
What's he in?
Narcos.
Narcos.
Narcos. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I knew him from. That he did voiceover in Troll Hunters, Rise of the Titans, and he's popped in a bunch of other stuff here and there. He's part of the
Narcos is
Bad
where
Batch.
he really got notoriety, I think.
Yeah, he was kind of more of a character actor for a long time. Did a lot of stuff in between. Looks like probably in Mexico. Things like that. So because he was in a show called La Vida on El Espejo, which I assume is a Mexican series. So
nice.
But he's good. I like him. He's a good actor. Real excited for that. And then the new Bad Batch season 2 is starting soon, January 4th now. So you keep pushing it back. So January 4th, 2023, we get the second season.
They would have everything coming out at the same time. There's so much coming out right now, but I think it's because I think summertime they try to do less releases because people are out vacationing, doing outdoor things. So now we're in fall, so we're getting this flood of all this stuff coming in.
And then Percy Jackson Olympians, they're doing a whole new series based on the books. So
I'll watch it. I'll see how it is. First, I'm not crazy excited for it, but I'm willing to give it a shot.
Yep. National Treasure. I did see the trailer at San Diego. I wasn't really impressed with it.
Me neither. Nicolas Cage did such a great job in the movies.
Yeah, and then I'll probably watch it because I just see the full episode started off. But the interviews with the actors when they all felt very flat and stuff like that. And even though they seemed to be kind of excited, they really weren't. This one though, Santa Clauses.
I'm looking forward to this.
Yep. This wraps up the Santa Claus movies.
I love the interview process.
Santa has an announcement to make.
For the good of Christmas. For the good of my family. I, Santa Claus, have decided to retire. We have a grief counselor, right? You're interviewing to become Santa Claus.
Yes. Can't wait to rub this in Brady's face.
All I do is give us your best ho, ho, ho.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Ho, ho, Omaha! Omaha! You see that? I called a little audible there.
Anyhow, thanks so much.
I sing, by the way.
No, Brady can sing.
That's me.
What they got to do is bring Chris Evans in to take over Tim Allen's role as Santa Claus.
Yeah. I did like that. This is just the teaser. There's another one, and Bernard is back.
Yep.
Played by David Krumholtz. The thing I didn't see was it Liliana Mooney played the half sister to the Chris's character's son, and I didn't see her listed anywhere in the credits. So she must not be in this, or if she is, this could be just something to bring in later. So be interested in what you do. But this is supposed to kind of wrap up those movies. I always enjoy those movies. They're part of my Christmas lineup every year.
The first one especially for me is such a just part of Christmas now. That's one of my must-watch movies all the time.
Oh yeah, so that's a great one on that. Avatar: The Way of the Water. I'm not even playing that trailer as I'm really not excited about that. The stuff I've seen, I'm like, okay, yeah, great, blue people running around.
Had he come out with this like 2 years, 3 years after the first one, I think people would have been very excited. But it took him 20 years to make the sequel that he hyped up constantly.
Yes,
and so we've had 20 years of hype. If he was going to take this long.
Well, and the first one for me,
if he was quiet all the way, and then this came out, I'd be like, "Oh wow!" But it's like you've been saying for 20 years. It's about to come out.
It's the DC method of when you constantly tell me stuff, the more and more you talk about it, the less I want to see it.
Yeah.
Then they have some new series called Wish coming out, and it's supposed to explore the wishing star and through Disney and things like that. And there's a bunch of other stuff they announced too, but that's kind of the gist of the majority of it. Things like that. So a lot of cool stuff, a lot of neat things that we're excited about here at On Musings. And then I think it was cool. No mention of the Orville. I was kind of thought maybe they would say something there, but they didn't. They really stuck to some of their major brands and stuff like that. So we'll see down the road. Hopefully, the Orville gets renewed. There's still a big push for that.
One of the
Disney Plus too.
So one of the sad things about this is, this was all D23, and D23 itself has become quite the amazing event. But this used to be the stuff that was all announced at San Diego Comic-Con.
Yes.
And now San Diego Comic-Con really has taken a hit with Disney breaking away. They'll do some small announcements there, but they really save all their good stuff for this. And it's always like a month later or so. So it really took a lot of the wind out of the sails of San Diego when Disney started to do this.
Yeah. Well, and it did. It's changed the dynamic of San Diego. And I think that, well, there's other studios that will come in. This year, of course, was a weird year for San Diego. We'll see how next year's looks in terms of their reveals, who comes in studio-wise. Without, Marvel still had a presence and Star Wars had a presence there. But they were waited to D23 to reveal all the new trailers and things like that. They hinted at some things at San Diego to push. They basically went to San Diego to do commercials for D23.
Yeah.
So, which if you're a D23 fan club member, which I am, you can get tickets to go there and spend all weekend. It sounds like as a fan, it was just a brilliant place to be. They had all kinds of cool setups, but
because then also with Star Wars, so you got D23 for announcements, but then you have Star Wars Celebration for announcements.
Yeah.
So there's like nothing left for San Diego.
they get hints at stuff of what's going to be revealed somewhere else. But if Star Wars Celebration happens prior to San Diego, majority of stuff's there, and then D23 after. Then everything at San Diego is it's still we talked about. I mean, they still had the big costume set up from Andor at San Diego this year, which I shared pictures of online.
Right.
Again, they had some Marvel reveals. They brought some people out. So they are doing some at all of it. But the majority of the stuff is going to be on their own platforms, mainly because I think then they can spend the time exploring it and not feel time constrained around other stuff. And then of course it's their own fan group, so they're the focus. So it's not DC or Warner Brothers or Universal or anybody else coming in. So,
but for me, I think I'm now more excited about D23 announcements than I am San Diego now.
Yeah, I mean, a majority of the fan stuff you and I talk about has been now that Disney owns a lot of it between Star Wars and Marvel.
I think they tune into us and say, "What are Brett and Scott watching?" And then they say, "We have to buy that."
Most likely.
They'll probably buy up Paramount Plus pretty soon so they can own Evil, Ghosts, and
Strange New Worlds.
Strange New Worlds.
Yeah. Which, if you haven't watched Ghosts on Paramount Plus or CBS, check that out. It's a fun series. I love the panel at San Diego because they had the cast out there, and I'm really excited for this next season because it's probably the best half-hour sitcom comedy that's been out in years, in my opinion, because it's actually funny.
And if you don't want like this heavy storyline that you have to really pay attention, you just want something fun that you can just turn your brain off, relax, and have fun.
Yeah,
it really is a great show. Ghosts, go check that out. It's Paramount Plus. The new season starts September 29th. And then I'm guessing they're going to do it like they did with Evil. Once it's done on Paramount Plus, then they'll put it on CBS probably.
And then you need to talk about Monroe Expo real quick. You're going to be down there. Do you have anything to share on that?
Yeah, well, just the website. So let me grab it right here. So that's going to be Friday and Saturday. Friday's kind of like a preview night, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. And then Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Go check it out if you're looking for something to do this weekend. Monroe's a great location. Gary puts on a great show, and I don't think you'll regret going. It's a lot of fun. It's a good, especially if you're new.
Well, scroll back up just a little bit. Here's right there.
Here we go.
Look at the cost. I mean, Friday only, it's $10. Kids 5 and under free. Saturday only is $15. It's not expensive to go. You take your kids 5 and under, they get it for free, and then they do a 2-day thing if you wanted to go both days. But if you only go one day, I recommend Saturday if you have more time.
Yeah, but if you want to avoid crowds, if you don't like crowds, come Friday night because you'll have more time to browse. Like if you like talking to artists and or if you're getting autographs, usually Friday night you'll have a little more time to talk because it's not chaotic. So, like if you have kids and you're pushing a stroller around, come Friday evening because the aisles will be clearer. Whereas Saturday it can get crowded on Saturday. So, or if you have special needs like a wheelchair or anything like that, come on Friday. It'll be a lot easier to maneuver.
Yeah, and like I said, there are food trucks. I remember a few years ago they had some good food trucks out there. So, and then they got a couple good guests there, which was like Olivia D'Abo. Actually, I was when they announced her, I was like, man, I really want to be at the show because I'd like to have met Olivia D'Abo. So,
Yeah,
Blake
guys.
Forrester, I've seen around before. So, and I'm not I know who Al Snow is, but I'm not a
Al Snow,
wrestling guy.
a WWE fan. Al Snow was he was a wrestler back in the day, and then I believe he is now talent development for them. So all the new wrestlers coming in, he works on training them and that kind of stuff.
Yep.
If I'm wrong, don't get upset, wrestling people. I'm not. I love I'm a 80s / early 90s wrestling fan. Not I have no knowledge of current stuff.
Yeah. And
So
then
while
Scott's there
in Monroe.
Yeah, and that's at the fairgrounds.
Yeah.
So, and while Scott's there, Kevin and I will be at the Amazing Las Vegas, and you can kind of see us here. If you walk in through the entrance over there on the left, we down here see 8, 9, and 10. We got 3 tables, and we spread out with all kinds of Bardstone goodness. I'll have, like I said, the Boomtown books out there. We'll have some fun artwork we're bringing with us. Great show, fun show. Weather in Vegas this weekend is supposed to be around the low 90s, which is very comfortable for Vegas. Still warm, but not hot and excruciating. And everything. I'm looking forward to being there. We'll be hanging out at the show all weekend long. So just come see us out there at the convention center. We're at the South Hall now. So easily to find us. They'll have signs up everywhere. It's a big convention center, but you'll find us. So come see us. Vegas. Looking forward to it. I believe I haven't heard from Matt Kaddish, but I think Matt Kaddish is going to be there as well.
Awesome.
And then Kevin's friend Ashley is supposed to be set up, and we'll see who else is going to be there. I don't know if Marat's going to be there. He usually used to do the show all the time, but he's now lives in Texas, but I can see him still coming out. So might be some people that we kind of know through other people. So we'll definitely see what's going on there. So we'll try to do some videos this weekend if we get a chance and live stream for you guys a little bit to see what's going on. But if we get too busy, we're having fun.
That's right.
All right. Hey, next Wednesday I'll be back. So we'll, cause I'll be getting home Tuesday night, but we'll talk some more fun stuff. We'll give our initial thoughts without spoilers of Andor. And then we'll figure out, probably just recap the shows from the weekend, as well as some other fun stuff that we got going on. So, hey, everybody have a great week, and we'll see you next Wednesday.
See ya.